And of course, the usage of Bitcoin is down over 80%. Seeing what's happening with XRP now, the fact of the matter is, we've seen in the past that XRP can be independent from Bitcoin. So in this wake of, even if we see the complete and total decline of Bitcoin, XRP is definitely waiting in the rafters to essentially dethrone Bitcoin when the opportunity comes. Now, will this actually transpire in the next year and a half? I would argue against that. As things continue to progress, I'd argue along the lines of more of a slow burn. That we'll probably see more things similar to more of the same, essentially. So where's Bitcoin going to go from here? Well, if you want my assumption on what's going to happen, I'd say we'll probably see Bitcoin teeter around the $4,000 mark, possibly play with the possibility of reaching $5,000 again. But at the same time, XRP, all it really needs to do is do what it do best, which is stay where it is right now, which is essentially what XRP wasn't even really hit necessarily horribly in comparison to a lot of these other technologies all the way across the board. You could even argue that XRP stands to benefit from all this blood in the water that we're seeing, and this is also representative of what's probably going to amount to be a huge shift in the way that people perceive usage of these different things, which I could definitely see XRP taking that opportunity and overtaking Bitcoin, because there's so many different things that are you could criticize Bitcoin for. Now, I love Bitcoin, don't get me wrong, but the fact of the matter is, one thing that I don't love is fees. I don't love the manipulation, and the fact of the matter is there's more and more investigations keep going into the amount of manipulation that's possible with Bitcoin. And when it comes to the issues involving mining and all these different things that are tied into the international stage, it's definitely interesting to see a technology like XRP that's been aligning itself with the establishment. And I think that this is a very key indication of where we're going to be seeing things moving from this point forward. Obviously, Ripple not absolved from the crypto market burst that we just saw. If you want to call it a bubble, if you want to call it a correction, I would call it a correction, because what we recently saw was a lot of bad actors leaving the scene, which is always good. I think it's sort of like a forest fire when this sort of thing happens. A lot of trees get burned down, but then the new forest has an opportunity to grow in the ashes of the old woods that laid in its spot, essentially. So when we see all these shitty ICOs and all these things getting exposed, it also is a lot of negative energy that was built up from this time last year when Bitcoin was at its all-time highs, and the entire space was at its all-time highs. Everybody was making all these crazy deals thinking that the market's just going to keep going up, up, and up. And realistically, one thing that I notice time and time again is that people expect more of the same. But the fact of the matter is that cryptocurrency defies all the expectations of what people. Obviously, you can't use the past to define what's going to happen in the future. And right now, I think we're we're beyond the 13th month low here now, and we're pretty much revisiting, backtracking, going back. And if I had my say, sort of most people don't want to hear this, the pessimistic side of where I think things could be going, but realistically, I think that it could be a total and complete purge of the entire cryptocurrency paradigm that we had seen established during that all-time high. Because right now we're kind of just seeing the bones of what the market was looking like, and essentially, things like Stellar and all in XRP having the opportunity to really leverage their reputational opportunities here are basically left and right for cryptocurrencies that have those connections. We talk about the different things that could be in the works as far as XRP and Amazon, and these are the companies that we need to pay attention to moving forward. Even if every cryptocurrency went to zero, which is highly unlikely, improbable, and won't happen. Either way, if every crypto just got drained, hit dramatically, even something fairly similar to that could happen with all the different variables. Anything's possible. But what I'm saying here is, hypothetically, we could witness an entire reset of the cryptocurrency space, and there's really no reason why some of these cryptos deserve to be on this list right here. And the fact of the matter is, we could see a dramatic paradigm shift happening within the cryptocurrency space in and of itself within the next couple of years. But this point is completely separate from my confidence in the technology. See, I have confidence in blockchain, and the fact of the matter is that the companies that adapt to blockchain in this shifting world that we have right now, the fact of the matter is that there's the old way of doing things is just completely and totally falling by the wayside in comparison to this rising tide of blockchain technology and all these different things. And this sort of what I would call is price manipulation, it's what have you. The fact of the matter is that cryptocurrency is going to have a bumpy road. Nobody got involved with cryptocurrency because they thought that it was going to be easy. And of course, Forbes list taking this opportunity to call cryptocurrency a scam. This just kind of shows you how unreliable Forbes list is. I'm not a fan of any of these news platforms by any stretch of the imagination. They're pretty opportunistic, hopping on and trying to exploit people's feel. And I'm really just trying to renew people's confidence here in the technology, because that's what I keep saying. For those of us who are looking at the technology, there's exciting things to be excited about every single day. And if you want to feel bad, there's plenty of reasons to feel bad. And if you want to feel good, well, the opportunity's right there. The information's out there. All the information that you need is right in front of you. So Bitcoin rises from 4,000 to 4,560 amid extreme volatility following. So you think about it, there's probably just tons of people who made money off of this 4,000 to 4,500. So you really can't get distracted by the red that you're seeing, because volatility is good. We're going to miss this volatility once regulations get into place, once all these different variables and these companies get all their ducks in a row. Volatility is going to be among one of the first things to go in terms of cryptocurrency. So if you are a day trader or something of that sort, it's for people like that. I'm sure it's a great opportunity right now with this volatility, provided that you don't get all caught up in one thing or another. You really sort of have to have a detached perspective, but at the same time an analytical one, and it does definitely test a lot of people's skills and nerves. The sentiment to hold on to now would be, you only lose when you sell. Don't buy at all-time highs. Don't sell and take a loss. This is obviously not advice. Remember, I'm not your dad. This video is for entertainment, educational purposes only. Obviously you could take that to be my opinion, but the world's largest crypto asset manager says XRP, the new number of crypto investments. Let's check out this article. The ripple effect. So do you guys think that XRP is the only rising investment trust in market slump? I think that this definitely ties into what we were talking about with the purchasing power of these different technologies, and the fact that with this hit that Bitcoin's been taking, it definitely has lowered a lot of these long-term holders are dumping their Bitcoin, and less and less people are feeling that same sense of confidence that was in the air this time last year. But definitely something to pay attention to there. So Bitcoin and crypto bull, it's kind of just the same thing. But when you look at these things, I'm definitely excited to see what happens with Ripple, in particular, when we're seeing this all these different variables coming together, and the subsequent dethroning of Bitcoin is right around the corner. And I think that Ripple XRP could be the crypto that'll eventually replace as the standard. Bitcoin will always have its place, but the fact of the matter is that it was overvalued from the get get-go. I think that Bitcoin received a lot of media attention and hype because it was among the first cryptocurrencies on the scene. But then again, that's not to be said that it won't it'll probably have its place for quite some time from here moving on forward. But I'd say eventually XRP keeps indicating that it has signs that the establishment has made its choice. And of course, I'd say that it's just a slow burn now before we actually see these variables coming together. But at this point, it's interesting because you kind of got to be aware of the fact that this is a funny meme right here, but there's always going to be a cryptocurrency that's going to be doing something that yours isn't, and that's why you can't get all tied up in one crypto. You have to look at what every technology is doing and try and pair that with an idea of where you could actually be seeing current trends and all these things going in the future. So personally, if I were to make a prediction, I would say XRP has huge potential. I mean, and people are saying that they think that they could see XRP reaching these monumental heights of value at the moment when it finally does take over Bitcoin. So these could be some very exciting things. We could see a huge new legacy of very wealthy people rise in the wake of the decline of the old cryptocurrency paradigm, and that's not to be confused with the technological paradigm shift that's still happening in the background, but that's actually going to require a basic infrastructure of basically people utilizing the internet across the world, smartphones and all these different pieces of technology, and the Internet of Things and all these different variables coming into their own. But I mean, overall, I hope you guys stay sane, and I hope that you've enjoyed this little piece of content. And yeah, if you are interested, you can follow us on our Twitter, and make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. Do you think that Ripple could reach $5? I guess that's the question of the day. I think that it's very potent. I think the potential is there, and the technology's there. It's only a matter of time. I think logically, it makes sense when you think about how many variables are waiting to use Ripple as far as the establishment and where things are headed from here on out. But that's just my opinion. But then anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this content, and I will see you guys in the next video. Stay relevant and have a good one.